What's going on, guys, and welcome back to the vlog. The first part of today's video, we're actually up here at Meguiar'S. They've invited us down. We've received a little bit of criticism over the past maybe year or so on our YouTube channel for not detailing our cars properly. So the boys invited us down here, and we actually are going to be doing a lesson as well as detailing the E46 M3 the right way. They're going to show us how to use all the right stuff, all the right tools, and the right method to doing it. And we're going to share that with you guys so you guys can learn at home while you're watching this, and maybe you'll learn a couple things. I know I will definitely be learning a lot of things because I really have never been trained at all on how to wash a car properly. So we're gonna go through all of the steps: clay bar, compound, polishing, waxing, and then some of the maintenance tips that they have to keeping this car cleaner for longer. Is that really?
Yeah, the first thing, this car came up obviously from San Diego today, so it's got some dirt, dust, pollen. So we want to get all that loose debris off, and we don't really need to wash it. So we just grabbed our Waterless wash and wax, and we're getting rid of all that loose particulate. Then we can actually look at it, feel it, and determine what we want to do next to her. But first and foremost, let's get rid of all the loose stuff. So the next step is, now that we've got all the loose stuff, let's actually evaluate that surface. And we talked about the two best ideas are your hands and your eyes. So first and foremost, let's feel this.
Doesn't that scratch the paint line?
I know, because we took all the dust and fingerprints.
Well, it actually
all
feels
the dust.
pretty good still. I mean,
Well,
there's
listen.
definitely some contaminants.
I can hear it.
You can hear it, but it still has like a slippery feel. Is
felt-
that from the product we put on?
Man, to be honest, this doesn't feel very good to me.
Okay.
I felt a lot worse, but there's clearly some contaminants.
Okay.
But if we throw a little light on here, that's actually not too bad. I see some of these little spots from some type of debris, bug, or fallout. But swirl's not too bad on this. Come here and feel this now, guys. With your dry hand, dry your hand up. It's all relative. Yes, this car was not bad. Use front face of your hand. That's night and day compared to what it was. Night and day. Again, popular question, how often do I need a clay? As often as needed, right?
Yeah. Does it feel like it needs a clay?
Yep, then you need your clay. So I'm gonna take our MT300, our 5-inch microfiber cutting foam pad. We're gonna do a little test using Ultimate Compound. It's got some little marks here and there, some light swirls, some stuff that's fallen. Almost looks like it's starting to etch this. We always like to say less is best, so the last thing we're gonna do is jump to the pro stuff with microfiber. So let's see what our good old...
I like how you even put the M on there for me.
Just for you.
Yeah, thank you.
It looks blue once it's actually
That's
clean.
just a compound. No polish, no wax. So actually we did, those look like they moved pretty good, aren't they? There's one guy there, but
Yeah, like is that something that will come out?
well, cutting pad, or disc I should say. So we'll do a second pass. We'll put a little bit of pressure down. Cover it evenly and thoroughly.
Okay.
So a good rule of thumb is go both directions, 50% overlap, and get yourself into a really good robotic pattern. A little bit of product on. That first time you'll have a little bit more on there.
Okay.
And you may even take your finger and kind of spread it around a little bit to get it uniform on the entire pad. And you're gonna work that in really good. And then the next time it's gonna be, let's say the pad's gonna look like this. Then the next time you're literally gonna come in and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
That's it.
Yeah, once it's, see how that's lubricated really well? That's all you need moving forward. Okay, put it on, keep it flat, not flat to you, flat to the curves of the car.
So it should be spinning slowly?
Yeah, you want to keep rotating the entire time because that's going to be allowing that DA to really cut and remove all those swirls and defects quicker. It's also a signal telling you that if that pad's not rotating, you're not even on that surface. And remember, I did 2 passes, so first pass should get probably 80% off.
Damn. That's pretty crazy. On camera, it actually picks it up really good. So it's actually my first time using a DA before, and I thought it was gonna be a lot harder, but so far, it's actually coming out pretty good. And we're just on the compound step right now. But I'm learning, and I think it's really one of those things where the more experience you have, the easier it is. It's pretty amazing with just the compound, how glossy and how there's no, you know, very, very little issues with the paint. Overall, crazy. The car actually looks blue.
So on the deck lid of this car, we actually see some more concentrated and deeper scratches. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna step up our pad to our microfiber cutting system, and we're gonna step up to our Pro 110, which is our brand new compound, an Ultra Pro speed compound that just came out. So we're getting a little bit more aggressive. So it's time to pull the pro stuff out, you know, only the best.
Let me show them the scratches before you.
Pretty gnarly.
So these scratches did not come out with the regular compound that we just used.
That's correct. We probably could have done several more passes, but for time constraints, we're gonna go ahead and jump up a little bit and get a little bit more. So we took our 110, we're gonna prime our microfiber cutting disc for this first initial application, just like we did on the foam. We're gonna keep the speed about the same, 4 to 800, and we're gonna let that product and pad do the work for us. Let's do one couple passes and see where we're at.
This is effectively taking off the top layer.
It's taking a little bit more material off.
Cut into that groove.
That's exactly right. Yep. We're removing material, not hiding it. And obviously I'm just doing moderate pressure just like we did on that foam pad. Don't want to push down a little bit, you can tell. Woo. So clearly much better. So now that we did one, we're gonna do a couple little small dots. And let's hit this one more time. We'll probably do this whole deck lid also. There. I think she's gonna be pretty good. Again, now this is just compound. We haven't polished or waxed it yet, so I'd say that's probably about 90% gone.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna call that a day.
It's pretty good.
But now all you really see is the reflection. You see the lights.
Yeah, it's clear. Yeah.
All right, so we just finished the compound step, and I can't believe how just one step, how effective that is. And the car looks blue now, or actually it's restored back to blue, I guess you should say. It's crazy. Every time I detail this car, I fall in love with it over again, and it's on me to keep it clean for longer. So we're gonna go back inside, learn a couple tips and tricks, and we haven't finished yet. So we're gonna go ahead and try one of their new products out called the 3-in-1, and that actually saves a step. So that's the next thing we're gonna be doing on the DA.
So we did the ultimate compound on the whole car, got rid of those swirls, those scratches. We did a little extra work on that deck, right? We jumped to our new 3-in-1, which is really gonna do a little bit more cleaning, polishing, and protection. So I think we should throw this on that car for 2 reasons. One is it's gonna save us a step. The car looks good, and moving forward, this is what the car can be used to take care of it on a regular basis.
Maintenance, all right.
It's a maintenance product. So let's jump on, we're gonna change pads, go to a polishing pad, slap some 3-in-1. You wait till you see how easy this is to wipe off. It's crazy, so. Let's get to
Easy?
work.
I mean,
Okay, good. Obviously we were swirl and defect removal. We were up at about 58. We're gonna be waxing and polishing now, so we're gonna turn this down to about 4,500 OPMs. Again, that's oscillations per minute, not revolutions per minute like a rotary, okay? What's great about 3-in-1 is put a little bit of product on that pad.
you don't have to.
Nope, no need to prime this one.
Okay.
You just go right to it. And this is all about uniform coverage. So we're literally gonna turn it on, power it on, work that area.
You don't really have to, as long as you overlap a little bit, you're good.
That's exactly right. Because we're not really doing a bunch of work, we kind of already did all that.
Yeah.
So this is make sure that you just got a good uniform coverage. We'll overlap in a couple minutes, a couple passes.
Yeah.
This is not going to leave tour marks because of that oscillation action of orbiting and rotating.
Alright, so we got the E46 all shined up. She's looking like a gem. Man, we're gonna get some looks driving back down to Orange County in this thing, I'd say. Woo, baby. But one thing that's near and dear to our hearts at Throtl are wheels and tires. And so Mike saved the best for last, I think probably on purpose, because it's probably best to do your wheels and tires once the car's done.
Well, that's a great point, because there's actually a couple different kinds of, let's call it wheel cleaning to start with. So in a situation like this where the wheel's not that dirty, let's say you cleaned it already, you pull up to a show, you're going to a meetup or whatever, this is a perfect time for our new Ultimate Waterless wheel and tire. This will take fairly recent brake dust, spray it on, wipe it off, spray it onto the tire. It's kind of a one-shot deal. Great for those cases where they're not really bad. In fact, we'll use it on this car before it leaves because of the condition. However, if you're gonna actually wash your vehicle and the brake dust, you know, maybe came off track day, you haven't washed it for 2 weeks, you've driven it hard, you have a lot of brake buildup here. That's actually where true wheel cleaners come into play. And that's where you're gonna have water, you're gonna use a brush to agitate. The most important thing to consider is what the wheel surface is and what the brake or suspension components are behind that wheel. For example, we make chrome wheel cleaners that are designed specifically for true chrome wheels. Then we've got our aluminum wheel cleaner, which this is for a thing of maybe polished Alcoas, on the trailer, on the dually, maybe some billet wheels out there, not so much. It's just not only good on aluminum, it's pH neutral, so it's not gonna hurt your powder coated, two-piece, three-piece, anodized.
How about these spotless calipers? Will it clean those up?
Absolutely.
They're looking really good today.
And then of course, if you got a factory wheel, like this have the factory silver BMW, factory Mercedes that are clear coated, this is where our wheel and tire comes into play. You guys have probably all heard of Ultimate All Wheel Cleaner. Safe on factory wheels, safe on chrome, safe on anodized, two-piece, three-piece, custom painted. This does it all, still safe. So if you're not sure what you got, grab Ultimate All Wheel Cleaner and a good brush.
This is my favorite, but the best part is the smell. If you guys haven't smelled this stuff yet, go buy a bottle, smell it, use it, it's awesome. So we're gonna clean these wheels up. Evan, I'm gonna do one, you can do three.
So an Ultimate Waterless wheel and tire, you've used this before, it's one of your favorites. All we're gonna do is...
Don't get it on the floor, please.
Yes, be careful. Spray it on that wheel. We're gonna spray a little bit on that tire.
Safe on brakes, rotors.
Safe on everything, yep, okay.
Safe on paint.
Safe on paint. Now we're gonna come in and we're gonna clean this wheel really good. And again, this is a great time. If your wheels aren't that bad, this is the perfect time for this product.
It smells so good.
Yes, you know? The best tip on glass is grab obviously a quality glass cleaner that's not gonna harm, say, for tinted windows, but a couple of good quality microfibers that you didn't just wipe the wax off your paint. And you're gonna go ahead and apply glass cleaner sparingly.
Quality, by quality you mean soft and clean.
Soft and clean, not contaminated. And then on that final wipe, let's say on the exterior, choose a direction. So let's say if we're gonna go horizontally on the exterior, on your final wipe.
We're gonna go vertical on the interior.
That's correct. Because then, you know what direction you went in. If you're chasing a smear, you're waiting to say, you know, real quick inside or out, because there's nothing worse than going, there's a street.
Why did I think that?
I've never thought about that.
You're doing double work.
Whew. All right, we just finished the 3-in-1. We just did the glass. This car looks so good. It's crazy.
Yeah.
The gloss on this thing is insane.
And what's scary is this was considered a quick job.
Yeah, like it is.
So if the pros here actually went after this and it was a very good quality OEM paint job, it could look probably much better even, which is remarkable.
So I want to say a huge thank you to Meguiar'S for hosting us today. Tony, Mike, Justin, everyone has been awesome here, super hospitable, and we actually learned a lot. So I know that Mickey and I have a lot of things that we've mentally jotted down, and I know you guys saw a lot of the stuff that we learned today, some of those key points that, you know, you never really know until an expert tells you the right way to do something. So for me, a couple really important things is always use a clean towel, and within an individual microfiber, if you fold it the proper way, you can actually get a lot more use out of it. And then obviously if it ever hits the floor or if it's really saturated with dirt or whatever, don't use it, flip it over, get a new one. You can do a lot more damage by using a really dirty towel than you know, the extra couple bucks to have extra towels. And I learned that you actually can wash them, and if you wash them properly, you can just keep reusing them over and over again. So it seems like common sense, but it was one of those things like we always throw away microfibers. I think that's pretty much where we're gonna end off today's video. So thank you guys so much for watching. We appreciate each and every one of you. Hopefully you learned a little bit. I know that I did, and I'm hoping I can keep this thing cleaner for a lot longer. So thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.